We're back in the kitchen with Johnny Spezzano for some fire-grilled breakfast. With Easter a month away, Johnny brings a family recipe to the table. And who better to join him but his brother and Rochester radio personality, Scott Spezzano. This is one recipe you won't want to miss.
Hey, come on!
Hello, welcome to Johnny on Fire. It is time to take a great recipe and mix it up and cook it on fire. I am so honored. This is my brother, everybody. This is my brother, Scott Spezzano. He's my best friend. I love this guy to pieces.
Yeah, man.
He is a radio personality from Rochester, New York on 98.9 The Buzz.
Yes, I am.
And he came because I said, bro, we're getting ready to do an Easter special on WPBS, and we need to show everybody, show the world what Hunt Breakfast is all
The
about.
Hunt Breakfast. Our mom, Sandy, who left us a few years ago, this is her recipe, and she actually gifted Johnny and I one of these old school recipe books, with the cards.
And
stuff
her
in it.
handwriting.
And her handwriting, her little smiley face. So this is kind of in honor of our mom, and hopefully it'll be a tradition in your house too.
This is basically a breakfast casserole. You can make it the day before and it'll be ready when you get up in the morning. Like when you get up on Christmas morning and Santa comes, you just slide it in.
Yeah, throw it in the oven.
In the oven and go. All right, so where are we gonna get started?
All right, well, what we've got here today, it's really simple, but it turns out to be so complex and delicious. All right. A bunch of bread, okay? Yeah. We got eggs, we got ham and cheese, some milk, and some cream of celery soup, just to add a little thing to it. Right. Now this will be the basic of it, but you can ad-lib. You can throw, the other one that I did Christmas, I threw in some of that hot, pepper jack cheese in that, which was really good. That kind of spiced it up a little bit. You could add shallots, you can add onions, anything, but this is like the base model, and it always turns out so good.
Let's get started.
All right, so now what we do is we cut the crusts off the bread, and the crusts are gonna end up being the decorative top.
I got my knife here.
Oh, no.
What?
No, hold on. I got something better.
Okay.
We're gonna go straight in. That's gonna rip the bread.
All right.
Look at this.
What do you got?
Right here. It's the best
Shouldn't
part.
let you watch Dexter. All right.
All right. So very simply, if you just take your bread, get the crust off it. We're gonna save these and weave the top of it for afterwards.
I feel like when you were a kid, Mom used to do this to every one of your sandwiches because you didn't eat crust.
That's right, I didn't. Hope I don't blow a breaker. So what we'll do is we'll take these crusts here and let's get them in a bowl, save them for now.
Perfect cubes.
Yeah, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna butter the inside of this dish.
Okay.
So why don't we do that now? Why don't you butter the inside of the dish and I'll finish the rest of these.
All right.
And it's weird because once you put the egg and milk mixture in, it's gonna take the bread and it's gonna expand and soak in. That's why it's good to leave it overnight. You can do it for an hour, but the longer you leave it, the more the bread soaks up in the eggs and soaks up all the liquids. So you're gonna coat the inside of the pan just because, just to keep it from sticking. And there's no set amount of bread you need to use, just enough to fill it up. And sometimes it depends how you cut your crusts. We use this once a year for turkey. Why not give it a second, right? Why not give it a second use? What do you use this for, other than once a year for turkey?
Holidays. It's out in time for Easter now.
Firewood, things like that.
Take it out drywall.
Yes, exactly. I've
never done that.
I need a new outlet. Get out the bread. Okay, so here we go. So this is very easy. We're gonna get this done, and then now we got your bread ready to go. Let's make the liquid. Welcome to Scott on Fire. Now taking over for Johnny on Fire. Here we go. Our recipe that you'll see calls for, we're gonna do a half a recipe. Usually this is twice as big.
Because our family would eat it all.
You did.
And ask for more.
Right, exactly. So instead of 8 eggs, we're gonna do 4.
Okay.
And what you wanna do is lightly mix them. You don't have to whip them up so that they're perfectly scrambled. I guess it gives texture to the the hunt breakfast. There's 4 of those. You're gonna do a couple of cups of heavy cream or milk, right there. What is that, about a cup and a half?
It's a cup.
Cup. So we'll do 2 cups of that. And then once you go in and put in the cream of celery soup.
Who eats this?
I know, right?
Cream of celery soup.
You don't have-
I've seen it though.
Yeah.
Could you use a different cream of something
You
soup?
could probably do a cream of chicken. You could do a cream of broccoli. Probably would go well with that. Give it a nice, here, this will work. What you're gonna do is give it a nice little mix. You don't have to kill it. So the hunt, the Genesee Valley hunt is a fox hunt that has been going on for more than 200 years down in the Genesee Valley.
Super old world stuff.
Old school.
Horses, guys with boots up to their thighs.
The red jackets and the bloodhounds, and they go and they hunt fox. And it's a very much of a social, cultural thing that they do down there. And I guess it's been a horse region for years. So back in the old days, this is according to our mom. So this is where the legend gets a little, we don't know. When people would come from this side of the Mississippi to this area for the fox hunt, of course they didn't have cars, they had their horses. So they would go up to the, people would take them in, like a Airbnb or a Vrbo. And for that breakfast before the hunt, they would make this traditional dish. Whether it's 100% true or not, we don't know, but it sure sounds like a great idea.
That's where the name came from, too.
Yeah, so that's why we call it the hunt
So
breakfast.
how do we stack this up? This is going to be a layering.
Yeah, now it's a layer. So what we're gonna do is take your layers of bread and put it in.
Okay.
And you're gonna line up the bottom. And they don't have to be perfectly tight, but if you can, leave a little space in between for the milk and the eggs. Yeah.
Like that?
All right. Now some ham.
Ham?
Yep. You can layer as much or as little as you want on there. I always like to maybe kind of pull the ham apart a little bit so it doesn't create a barrier which will not let the juice through.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Or even later you can stab it with a knife.
Okay.
Now you got the cheese. Never enough
how
cheese.
much do you put in there?
Not as much as you want.
All right.
Never enough cheese. You will want to portion it. Take some
For each level.
for each layer, right?
Okay. All
Okay, round 2.
Okay.
Round 2.
Okay. No mix yet. That's
Not
going
yet.
over at the end?
Yeah, this will go over top, and that's why you'll let it soak in overnight.
This is fun.
And it's quick. And it's something that you can do, and it could probably sit around for a couple of days before you bake it, in the fridge. There you go. Okay, let's put some ham. And you do some cheese. And again, as much as you want. And I'm just gonna kind of
Yeah, make some holes.
make some holes in the ham. Okay, good. Lots of cheese. Okay, now we got 2 layers. Now our third layer could be, we could do another layer of those, and then we'll do
Oh, we
the
got
leaf.
more room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Give it a
I
try,
thought
man.
we were done.
No, give it a try.
Oh, it does come packed down probably.
It does, yeah. And it'll soak in. All right. Do the half of that cheese. Put these in here. This is the fun part. What you want to do now is, this is where you can get creative. And what you'll do is you'll take these edges of the crust that you normally just throw out, and in any way, shape, or style.
I tiled my bathroom the same
Well,
way.
exactly. It's a good starter. You want to just take it and start to make like rows. You can create circles, squares, whatever you,
You
want
can
to
put
do.
initials in it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 rows around the circle. Like
I love this because you're not wasting it. If you
Right.
think about it, it's kind of cool, right? You cut the
Yeah.
crust off, I mean.
Or as Mom would say, well, throw it out to the deer. So I'm going to do 2 layers here, and then I'm going to go straight in line and kind of zigzag them in. At that point, it looks pretty when it comes out of the oven. And if you're having kind of a fancy Easter feast or Christmas or whatever, it looks really nice on the table.
He did it with ham, but
Yep.
you could put bacon in it, or you could put sausage in it, or any breakfast meat. that you desire.
Absolutely, yeah. So think of this as an idea starter, and you can just variation on the theme. I'd love to see any of the listeners come up with different ideas and put them on social media
Yeah.
to see
Yeah,
what
put 'em
they
in the
came up
comments
with.
below.
Yeah, what they come up with. You won't want to do it too tight because this will all expand. Something like that.
All right.
Isn't that pretty?
Looks good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we take this, and this is the part where I always spill it. It
Yeah.
always goes all over the floor. I don't know.
I got the paper towels ready.
Yeah. So you take your mixture here, and you're going to slowly pour it in on top. Don't worry that the cream of celery soup isn't going anywhere further. And you're just gonna let it soak in like that. You may have to wait a couple minutes and let it.
So once he gets that on there and he's satisfied, we're gonna cover
See
it.
what I did?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're gonna refrigerate it.
Yep.
And again, overnight
Correct.
is the best alternative. Or at least a couple hours.
At least an hour or more, yeah. The more you can let it soak in, the better. You may want to put foil on it or saran wrap in foil and throw it in the fridge.
We can do that right here and right now. All right, so right now we're gonna get this in the fridge. We'll wait a little bit and then we're gonna cook it with fire. All right, so right now we're baking up the Hunt breakfast, and I got my brother with me, which I'm so honored you drove 2.5, 3 hours to be here. So
Anything for you, my
Thank you,
brother.
brother. Thank you, brother.
Seriously.
All right, so this guy has been a staple in Rochester radio for well over 35, 40 years.
Something like that, yeah.
And the funny part is I'm up here in northern New York. He's in Rochester. We cover half the state.
Yeah, we got that. We got the state locked down, don't we?
We definitely do.
I mean, you're 7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And I started radio, and I used to bring you over to the college radio station in Geneseo, where I went to college and learned the whole radio thing.
I wasn't even barely a teenager then.
Yeah.
And you gave me a chance to go into the studio. It was off the air because it was winter break or
Something like
something
that,
at
yeah.
college. So I got to pretend to be on the radio, and at that point I'm like,
It's
I'm
all
gonna do
over.
this. Yeah, right.
Now we call each other for ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going blank today. What do you got? You got any ideas? Yeah, we'll do this.
But I will say this, I grew up watching this guy and learning from him. He is an incredible champion for his community, and he is always at events, even to this day. You know, we in broadcasting, sometimes we do things because, you know, we want to get out and meet people. Everybody knows him, but he still goes out and he shows up and,
Listen,
you know,
if
help
you
local
can,
charities.
yeah, if you can do something like that, it's purely selfish. It comes back to you 10 times. Anytime you ever volunteer, it just makes you feel so good. So
Yeah.
everybody just does it once or twice a year. It'll help everybody and it'll help the community. That's the best thing you can do.
I learned a lot from this guy through
Well,
the years.
You do a lot up here. You do a lot up here.
We try to do what we can do.
Yeah, man,
But it's
seriously.
like you said, when we get up and we go on the radio every day, the energy that we put out, we get back 10 to 10.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
The energy that's coming off the fire right now is burning the back of my head.
I think I'm ready to dig in.
I'm too.
All right, that sounds good. Let's do that. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Oh, looks good, man.
It looks real good. All right, so we're gonna cut it now, and you're gonna cut it into squares.
Oh, I got
And
it.
I got an what? No. I think that's overkill.
Right.
Here, I'll let you use this. So he got me this knife set for Christmas.
Yeah, it's amazing to find a TikTok shop. These days.
You did not.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. Let me bring this over here.
Okay.
Normally, you let it set for a while, let it set up, but I think this is good. All right. And when you cut, just make sure you literally cut it and don't drag it, because the ham, you don't want to drag the ham on the inside of it. Some of the fails that I've had over the years.
He's serious about the Hunt breakfast. That's why I knew he was the man to come up.
Can't mess it up. You just can't mess it up.
Okay.
We got to get the centerpieces,
Your
okay?
guests will love it.
Yeah.
And my family too, it evokes so many good feelings because we don't, it's not like you have this every day. You only have it usually around the holidays when there's lots of love.
But don't we always say, why don't we fix this more often?
Yeah, true.
Right? It's so easy, it's so quick, and it's
There's a spatula.
not unhealthy.
Not trying to rush.
Not at all.
Not that I'm hungry.
Not at all.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. Ready for the
Look
slow
at
motion
that.
goo? Oh, look
Look
at that.
at that. Give him the side profile.
Yeah, how's that?
Wow.
How's that look? Steaming. Here you go, Uncle Johnny. I call him Uncle Johnny.
Thank you.
Dude, I may need to get a wood-fired pizza oven like you
I think you need to.
once I'm rich and famous.
Aw. You know what? Some guys build like a 3-car garage. I built a big kitchen. That's what I want.
Cheers.
Here is to Sandy Orlogio, our mom,
Yes.
and this Hunt breakfast recipe that's been handed down through our family.
I hope it becomes a little tradition in your family. They're delicious. I can't wait. I'm gonna do a little hot sauce.
Oh,
You mind?
all right.
See, like I said, this is
I'm
just
gonna try it without quick.
this is just a palate. Ready? Oh, yeah.
Okay, one thing I learned when you're taking bites of food on TV, don't take big bites like you do at home.
Okay.
Because then you can't talk after. Cheers.
Cheers.
The texture.
It looks thick and heavy, but it's really fluffy. It's very light.
Those bread slices, they're like hiding in there. Your guests won't even really know what they are. They'll just know that is absolutely layers of deliciousness.
You know what I love about the weave on top? The presentation is wonderful, and it gives it a little crunch. Happy Easter, Uncle John.
Happy Easter to you too. Happy Easter to everybody out there. Thank you for watching. You can check out all of our Johnny on Fire episodes at WPBSTV.org. And if you get a chance, listen to me on the Border 106.7 out of Watertown, New York, or Scott on 98.9 The Buzz with his co-host Sandra.
Yep.
And
Please do.
everybody have a great day.
I'm taking the rest of this home.
Happy Easter.
I'm taking the rest of this home.
You come.
I drove all the way up here to get this. I'm taking the rest.
You come, bro. It'll be gone before you hit the last guy.
If you're looking for more great fire-grilled recipes from Johnny, just visit WPBSTV.org and scroll through our library. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on this segment, just send us an email at WPBSweekly@WPBSTV.org with your name and fire-grilled recipe idea.